G'day and welcome to Does It Matter? Just a quick one today. Impulse. Impulse is built into a whole bunch of the world's religions, which is why I'm primarily not religious. It's also built into many of the rationalizations for various ideologies, which is why I try to avoid being ideological or partisan. Beliefs generate impulse. And that's not necessarily because of the beliefs themselves, though sometimes it is, but it's often because of the human being, human nature. Human beings are impulsive when their emotions are triggered. We can be triggered by words and actions. If someone attacks you or attacks your property, you are well within your rights to give rein to that impulse and take action against them. It is the only time in a civilized country where that is allowed. If someone says something to you that you find offensive, provided they're not up in your face and being aggressive in a way that implies that more is going to go on, you should never be physically violent with them. I can honestly say in all my years, as a bouncer, security guard, a bodyguard, all those things, I have almost never put my hands on a person who wasn't already being violent with me. Now, I'm a human being and I've been involved in thousands of altercations. I have erred a couple of times, and I mean a couple of times, and been a bit casual with words. And this is why I speak on it, because I have made those mistakes myself. I have become triggered by people and I have reacted, and it has not gone well for the other people. And that is something I have to carry for the rest of my life, that I did a very, very wrong thing, okay? Hypothetically, for our law enforcement people. So, don't put your hands on people because they burn your holy book. Don't put your hands on people because they burn your holy flag, or they speak ill of your prophet or Jesus or anyone else, or Vishnu or any other sacred people. I think imaginary people that everyone believes in, or so many people in the world believe in. It's precious to you, and that's cool. If it makes you a better person, I'm all for it. However, it's not precious to me. It's not precious to a huge chunk of the population that don't believe what you believe. And so for them, burning your sacred book is just burning paper, and that's literally all it is. And they're only doing it to be petty pricks and to stir you up. So if they burn your flag in front of you, go, oh, so what? You paid $20 for that flag and you just burnt it. You just burnt $20 in front of me. You're a fucking idiot. Okay, you burnt my Quran, you burnt my Bible. So what? You just paid $20-$30 for it. Now you've just pissed your money away. You just burnt your money. I don't care. Does it say anything about your prophet? Does it say anything about your God, your faith? No, it says nothing. It says something about them. It says that they are willing to do something that I think is pretty antisocial and rude, to upset you. And if you're such a fucking idiot that you fall for it, you justify all the things they're trying to imply when they're debating with you, when they're arguing with you. They're trying to imply that you're some right-wing, flag-waving clod, partisan clod. They're trying to imply that you're a fucking vicious commie. They're trying to imply that you're an Islamist, and hopefully you're not. Then, yeah, go and punch someone when they burn a Quran. Go and punch someone when they burn a flag or a Bible. Go do that. Yeah, do that, you fucking idiot. Justify everything they just said. Everything they've implied on videos and posts and that other people have an inkling of. Go and justify it all. Violence propagates more violence. And it makes you look like a fucking idiot. The only time you don't look like a fucking idiot with violence, at least sometimes, is when someone's putting hands on you first. Someone's putting hands on your property first. That's a different kettle of fish. But outside of that, you look like a thug because you're being a thug. People who hurt other people for words are fucking idiots. You're not only wrong, morally wrong in doing it, you're an idiot. You're thick. You're not using the brains you were given to process your emotions. Relax your muscles. Let them go. Let them go. Let your hands come down. Lower your chin. Deep breath. Slow, easy. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Does it change what you believe? What you think? Does it change? No, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't say anything about what you believe. It says everything about them. Calm. Be calm. Everyone needs to be calmer in this world. Be calm. They're just words. They're burning paper. They're burning fabric. Who cares? Yes, I agree. Those acts are pretty rotten. Shouldn't burn anyone's sacred books. I don't like book burning at all, to be honest. I love books. They're my favourite things just about. But I'm not going to hit anyone over burning a book that they bought. They're just fucking fools. And I need you to think about it that way. They're idiots. They're just trying to provoke you. If you fall into their trap, then maybe they're right about you. Maybe you are a thug. Maybe you have adhered onto the worst beliefs of your system. And that's what you're hanging on to. You're not hanging on to the peace and love and all that stuff. You're hanging on to the vengeance and judgment that are in all of the great religions, which is, again, why I'm not religious. I don't want any of that. I want to be free to choose. But if you've already chosen and you want to stick to that, beautiful, you do that. Stick to the good shit. Stick to the good stuff. Forget all the warlord stuff. Forget all the fucking violent stuff. And if you can't do that, you need to have a good think about what it is you believe and why you believe it. Why you believe it. Because I know stacks of people who are Christians, Hindus and Muslims, and they lead very peaceful lives because they don't practice those things. They don't focus on those aspects of their faith. They focus on the peace and the love and the brotherhood and the self-discipline and the personal accountability and all that stuff. They don't focus on all the other nasty stuff. They leave that for the past and they focus into the future on being a good citizen, a good Aussie, being a good person. Okay? Don't let words drive you into a jail sentence. Don't let words drive you into hurting another person and becoming a fucking thug, becoming a monster. Do you want to be good or do you want to be a monster? You can't be both. Okay? You got to be disciplined. People have said things to me that have made me want to literally kill them. People have baited me in some ways that I will not describe on this video, but have baited me in those ways. Criminals, people who hurt children. And I had to keep my tongue, keep my actions, and be very, very, very controlled and disciplined. Okay? Otherwise I wouldn't be here talking to you. I'd be somewhere else. Okay? Behind bars. You have to be able to control yourself. And if you can't control yourself, you will suffer a pretty horrendous fate down the track. You will. Especially in Australia and other civilized countries, it won't be tolerated, nor should it be tolerated. Okay? Words are met with words. If they burn a book, so what? They just burnt $20. Laugh at them. It didn't change anything. It hasn't changed anything. Hasn't insulted anyone. No one's been insulted. Okay? If you have a belief that can be so easily insulted, maybe you need to reinvestigate the belief. Okay? For fuck's sake. Gods are not insulted by stupid little actions like that. If such things exist, they don't care. They don't give a shit. You think they're going to think creatures that are divine beings are going to be shaken up by a book being burnt or a flag being burnt? Your country's not offended by the flag being burnt. Country is more than a flag. Flag is just a symbol. A book is just a copy of the purported truth. It's not the actual truth itself, and the flag is not the actual country. Okay? Chill. Chill. Yes, there are conflicts. Yes, there are cultural issues. All those things are real. I'm not denying it. I'm not trying to wash over it either. But we've got to watch our words. We need to be able to speak freely to each other and watch our actions, actually, not our words. I need to be able to say what I need to say to you. I need to be able to criticize you. I need to be able to mock whoever I want to mock. I need to be able to take the piss out of anyone. I need to be able to make jokes about anyone, from Muhammad to fucking Jesus to Vishnu. It doesn't matter. If I want to make a joke, I'll make a joke. If you don't like it, don't fucking listen. If I want to make a comment, if I want to argue about history in a way that insults you, I don't care. That's freedom. And you can do the same thing back to me. You can come to me and call me a godless atheist and a soulless monster who's going to burn in hell when fucking I'm sent to Shaitan. Whatever fucking belief you have, they're cool. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. I really don't give a shit. And you need to be the same. All right? You know what you know. You believe what you believe. No violence because of it. And if you can't keep violent, and I mean this to everyone, including the people who are closer to my ideological slant, okay? If you can't stop from being violent, all the Antifa thugs, a lot of them are atheists, then fuck you too. You need to go to jail or get deported, depending on where you're from. I don't want you here. I don't want violent people here. Can't keep your hands to yourself? Bye-bye. Oos.